The first house I ever sold was to a family of witches. And honestly, that probably should have told me everything. So at the time, I didn't know that I was going to become the real estate witch. I wasn't branding myself that way yet, and I wasn't really even out of the broom closet professionally or personally. I mean, I wasn't exactly hiding it, but it wasn't, the whole vibe yet. I was just a brand new realtor trying very hard not to fail. And when I say brand new, I mean brand new. So I had gone 8 months without doing any business, 8 months of wondering if I had made a horrible mistake and questioning myself, trying to believe that I was on the right path while absolutely nothing was happening. And then finally, I got my first house in escrow, my first transaction ever. And my clients were witches. Of course they were. But I didn't know yet how important that was. So closing day comes. It's a Friday afternoon. This was during COVID. Everything was backed up. Everything was slower and weirder and more stressful than it needed to be. And around 3 o'clock, I get the email that no brand new realtor or any realtor wants to get. And it's basically, hey, I don't think that this is going to record today. So you should probably prepare everyone that, it's going to be the next business day, which is Monday. And I'm like, prepare everybody. Like, my clients already have a U-Haul packed. They are ready to drive to the house. Their whole life is loaded into a truck. Like, I didn't, think I needed to advise them ahead of time that, there could be an issue closing on a Friday afternoon during COVID. Baby realtor. So they're standing at the threshold of their next chapter, and I am the person who is supposed to hand them the key when it records. And I had not prepared them properly, again, because I didn't know what I didn't know. And, I wasn't necessarily a baby witch at that point. I was more like a teenage witch. So there wasn't really anything that I felt that I could do in that moment to force the county to move any faster, right? Like, there's nothing I could do. I couldn't stop my clients from being in motion. I couldn't rewind time and become more experienced. So I did the only thing that I knew to do. I grabbed my candles, I grabbed some crystals, I grabbed whatever I had, and I drove to the house because whether recorded or not, I needed to be there, right? So I needed to stand at that threshold and take responsibility for whatever happened. So I got to the house, set up the most makeshift little altar that you've ever seen, and I prayed to Hecate, the keeper of crossroads, thresholds, keys, doors, witches. And I begged her for help, and not in a cute aesthetic Instagram witch way, in like full body, on my knees, I don't know what else to do kind of way. And I asked her to open this door to transition, to complete this transition for my clients to be able to cross the threshold into the home that was already becoming theirs, but like now. And while I was there on my hands and knees and sobbing and praying in this empty house, a giant swarm of bees came to the sliding glass door, like a whole swarm, and they settled right in front of me. And it was kind of scary, but I didn't really feel the fear. I felt calm and peace and joy and abundance and community and this deep, unmistakable sense that everything was okay. Like the house, the clients, the work, the timing, the path, everything was all answering synchronistically at once. And because bees aren't just bees to me, right? They're community, devotion, feminine power, their life, sweetness, labor, and beauty, and working together. And they were all at the door, at the threshold, telling me it was going to be okay. So the day that I thought that I was about to fail my very first client, and then I checked my phone and it had recorded and the house was theirs, and I lost it. I mean, I fully just tears of joy. The relief was so big, and the gratitude was so big, and the confirmation and everything was so big. And then, because I'm still me, I looked at the bees and I was like, oh my God, like, holy shit, like, wait a minute, the bees can't be here. This isn't good either. I can't have a backyard full of bees. So I told him, I was like, this is amazing and thank you, but also like, you can't stay here. My clients are about to move in. And they left. It's like they heard me, or maybe they had just rested long enough. And I don't know. Maybe that's the whole point. You can decide that meaning for yourself, but I know what I felt. And at the time, I thought the miracle was that the house closed, but now today looking back, I think the real message was way bigger than that. I think I was being shown the kind of work I was actually here to do. Ooh, getting emotional because real estate isn't about just paperwork. It's not just contracts and disclosures and lock boxes and loan docs. Yes, all of that matters, obviously. Please don't hire a realtor who thinks vibes are a substitute for competence. But also, real estate is transition work, it's threshold work, it's helping people move from one version of their life and into the next. And the first people who trusted me with that were witches. That should have told me everything, because every time I have worked with people who understand that buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction, the work feels different. It's not always easy or perfect because real estate is still real estate, but there's a different kind of trust, a different kind of clarity, a different kind of alignment. And I think I spent a long time trying to be palatable enough for everyone when the bees had already shown me who I was here to call in. I don't need every client to call themselves a witch. That's not my point. But I do want to work with people who understand that a home is more than an asset. It is shelter and safety and identity and legacy, a boundary, a beginning, and sometimes an ending. But it is first and foremost always a threshold. So if you understand the language of bees, if you understand that timing matters, if you understand that intuition and due diligence can sit at the same table, if you want a realtor who can read the contract, watch the market, protect the details, and still honor the magnitude of the transition that you're moving through, hi, you found me, or maybe the bees or Hecate sent you.